Fit in 10. It is day 57 of the Fit in 10 Challenge. And thank you to everybody who came out this morning. For those of you who didn't come out to the workout, we did a new version of rows. So that's a rowing, it's actually my favorite version of rows. It's one-arm dumbbell rows off the bench. And we did some new stuff for abdominal work. So some new floor stuff. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you guys to come on out. If you can make it out, please come on out. 10:15 every Saturday, well, at least for the next 2 Saturdays, and 7 p.m. on Mondays. And you know what? I'm going to continue these. I'm going to continue these into the next challenge, of course. And even if you're not doing the challenge, you can come out and you can do these classes. Okay? I want you guys to keep going. All right. Let's get into some questions here. This person says, determine in advance which lift classes and boot camp classes are upper lower body workouts. All right, so here's how it goes. We right now, in terms of the split, we are doing upper one day and lower the next day. Okay, so basically, you know, if Monday's upper, Tuesday's lower, Wednesday's upper, Thursday's lower, all the way through the week. When the next Monday comes around, it will be the opposite. The entire next week will be the opposite. Okay, so we're just alternating days of upper and lower. Okay, so that's how that works. For Fit in 10, it's always upper on Saturdays and lower on Mondays. Okay, unless there's a holiday on the weekend and then we cancel the class, then things switch around. For now, upper on Saturdays, lower on Mondays. Okay. Additional comments or questions. Listen to my body. Worked out 3 days in a row. Lift camp, then 2 boot camps, and paid for it with a sore back. And I'm in decent shape now. Too many lower body workouts in a row. How can I tell what the focus of the class is going to be by looking at the schedule? All right, so there's a few things I want to say about this. So, well, I just mentioned to you guys, obviously, that the schedule is alternating, right? So if you're doing 2 days back to back of our regular classes, our lift camps or boot camp classes, or just our regular classes, you will be getting a good mixture there. Okay, you'll be getting 1 day upper, 1 day lower. I'm assuming when you say in this that I paid for it with a sore lower back and I'm in decent shape now. I'm assuming you're saying that you're surprised that you have a sore lower back. I could be wrong, but I think you're saying you're surprised that you have a sore lower back because you're in decent shape. Being in shape has nothing to do with whether you can whether your muscles can get sore or not. Okay, I've been weight training. You know, I hate to keep repeating myself here, but I've been weight training for 31 years. I can still murder myself and be absolutely trashed. I can have my muscles sore for 5 days. Like, it just depends on the intensity that you give. If you give your body the same thing over and over again, it will adapt, and chances are it won't be sore. But when you start to increment things more and more and more, and there are so many variations to how you can change up a workout or make it more intense, you're going to be sore. I don't care how good of shape you're in. If you're applying a different kind of stimulus to your body that you're not used to, you are going to be sore. You can take somebody who can climb Everest. I can guarantee you I can put them through an intense weight training workout because they don't practice this, and they're going to be super sore the next day. It has no bearing. There's no fitness level that's like, I can do anything. No, you train for something specifically and you get that outcome. That's just the way it is. You can't be a jack of all trades. You can't be a master of everything. Okay, so there is no master of being in shape. You are in shape for a specific thing. If you train for hockey and you train at a certain intensity level, let's say it's 2 hours and it's repeated, you might get sore in the beginning, but if you just keep repeating it, you're going to be in shape for that type of activity. That's just the way it is because that's what your body's adapted to. Okay, if we put you in for 3 hours of hockey and we increase the intensity, you might be sore. Okay, so there is just no, there is no, you know, you don't reach the finish line. It's just whatever you practice for, you adapt to. That's it. Okay, I hope I made that clear. And if I seemed a little bit irritated by answering that question, my apologies, okay? But it's like, there is no in shape, okay? It just doesn't exist. All right, you either train for something, you become good at it. That's it. Okay, how can I tell what the focus of the class is going to be? By looking at the schedule. Okay, so it's alternating every day, and we just continue that through. We will change it up though. Actually, I think we're going to do a 3-day split in the next, after this Fit in Time. We're going to start a 3-day split, which will probably be like a lower and then 2 upper bodies. Okay. How am I doing for time? You're 5 minutes. Okay, let's talk about food here. I'll come back to this person. They have more questions. All right. Somebody mentioned to me today about vegetables, and they said, actually their partner said to me, she said to me that her husband can't, has been telling her to watch the vegetables because he doesn't want to go over his macros. All right. You shouldn't be going over your macros on vegetables, okay? Vegetables are not high in macros in general. They are low calories, okay? So, I take responsibility for this. I should have told you guys. Like, do your protein and do your veggies, okay? And then, have your starches and stuff. Like, don't do no vegetables and then, eat like pasta and potatoes. Because you're going to kill all your carbs, right? Vegetables are mainly carbs. So, well, they're, in terms of macros, they're mainly carbs. They're not high in carbs. So, leave lots of space for vegetables. Why vegetables? Because they are low calorie, they are low macro overall, and they are very nutrient dense. All your food should be nutrient dense. One of the reasons I don't have a lot of carbohydrates in my diet is because a lot of carbohydrate sources are not nutrient dense. Okay, like potatoes are not really nutrient dense. Okay, for what you get in terms of energy, they're not very nutrient dense. Okay. The energy return versus the nutrient density is not very good, that ratio, okay? Something like peppers would be, okay? Peppers are, and you know this because you can see lots of colors, peppers are very high in antioxidants, okay? They're also high in other things like, folic acid and vitamin K and vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin B6, and a few other things, okay? And but more importantly, they're very high in antioxidants. Okay, things like lutein. Well, lutein's only in green peppers. But what else? Various. I have to look it up here. Let me see. Well, it doesn't really matter. I was just going to take time to look it up. Okay, but I can guarantee you, if you look them up, you're going to see like a list of, probably at least half a dozen groups or different types of antioxidants that they're very high in. Okay, lutein is one of them. It's very good for your eyes, for your eye health. Okay. Quercetin is actually another one too that just came to mind. All right, quercetin is very good for supposed to be. I don't know if it's probably more correlated with reducing chances of cancer and cardiovascular disease. Okay, so message here, the take home. Make sure you get your vegetables in, okay? These foods like your big starchy foods and your high sugar foods. Well, you shouldn't be eating high sugar foods, but let's say you're eating like a banana or an orange or something. Those are pretty high sugar foods. Although they are nutrient dense, go for the vegetables first, okay? Because you're going to get a better ratio of nutrient density versus calories on return, okay? So get the vegetables in. Save your starches for the end, okay? Okay, don't take in your bulk of carbohydrates from things like your heavy starch foods like potatoes, yams, I don't want to say oatmeal because oatmeal's it's got some good nutrients in there. White rice, that type of thing, okay? Certain breads, most breads. Okay, you're just not getting a lot of not a lot of overall nutrition in that. All right, so it makes sense. Get your vegetables. Okay, message of the day. It's all your fault. That's the message of the day. It's all your fault. Okay. Now it might seem a little bit harsh. Okay, it might say it's all your fault, but it is. Everything. I am in the position I am in today, and believe me, there are many things I want to change about my life. it's my fault. I have to take responsibility for it. But listen, the great thing about having that type of mentality is you are in control and you can change it. Okay? Now, it's not easy because, but my point is that I want you to know that you are, at least largely, I think 95% responsible for where you are today. But you have the power to change that, okay? And I'm leaving this as a very general message. Last challenge I had somebody that was, really upset because they hadn't seen much change in 2 weeks, and I gave a big rant on one of my videos. I think this video actually got the most views. I basically said to this person, like, it's not my fault that you're not losing 50 pounds when you spent 10 years putting on 50 pounds, right? So, my take home is that to this person was that, do something for a long period of time and earn the aspect of that weight loss, like, through time. It's not going to happen overnight, right? So just basically taking responsibility for what you've done over those years to how you want to change that, okay? And this person wanted to lose weight. That was their primary focus. But you need to take responsibility for where you're at. When you take responsibility for where you're at, you're going to, I think, be that much more aware and that much more diligent. And I think you're going to have more faith in the fact that you can make that change. If you have this mindset that it's not your fault and things just happen to you, then certainly how can you change that if you have no control over it? But you do, right? We have control over what we put in our bodies, right? We have control of what we do with our time. We have control with the choices that we make, okay? And I know it sounds like, well, yeah, duh, but I still think we need to hear it. I know this, but I still need to hear it, and I'm sure you guys do too, okay? So it's all your fault, all right? Sounds harsh, but it's true, okay? We are responsible largely, I think at least 95% responsible, in my opinion, for basically where we are today, okay? Submit, commit, you guys, we've got 2 weeks and a bit because your scan won't be till the beginning, middle of the week, on week it'll be week 11, right? Basically, you can keep rolling in all the way to your scan. So let's go hardcore, all right? So I'm gonna go a little bit harder with you guys on your food. If you want to add in a fourth weight training workout per week, that will help you as well, just for 2 weeks. If you want to do it, you can do that. But we've got 16, 17 days left, okay? So 2.5 weeks. Go hard, or go home. No, I'm just kidding. Do not go home, okay? Do your best, all right? And keep trying, all right? Okay. I will talk to you guys all soon. Have a wonderful weekend here, and of course I've got my coffee, so that means I'm gonna go work out, right? All right, we'll talk to you guys all soon. See you guys. Submit, commit. Do it. Do everything you have to do. Just do it. Don't think about it. All right, is it gonna shut off?